You see the news, war, famine, suffering on a scale that feels unbearable. Children dying, systems failing, cruelty that seems endless. And at the exact same moment, you see the potential of humanity, the capacity for compassion, the moments of beauty that emerge even in darkness, the possibility that we could be different. You're not choosing between despair and hope. You're holding both, simultaneously. As equally true, you see that we have the technology to destroy ourselves completely, nuclear weapons, biological warfare, the capacity for total annihilation, and you also see that we have the technology to end poverty, to cure diseases, to connect across continents, to solve problems our ancestors couldn't even imagine. You see environmental destruction, species dying, ecosystems collapsing, and you see human creativity, innovation, the ability to adapt, to invent, to transform. Most people choose one narrative. Either the world is ending or humanity will triumph. Either people are fundamentally good or they're fundamentally corrupt. Either we're making progress or we're declining into chaos. But you can't choose, because both are true at the same time, in the same reality. There's a quote that captures this perfectly. Antonio Gramsci, the Italian philosopher, wrote from prison in 1929, "I'm a pessimist because of intelligence, but an optimist because of will." Pessimist because of intelligence. You see the world as it actually is, the suffering, the systems that fail, the ways humans hurt each other, the destruction, the cruelty. Your intelligence won't let you unsee it, but optimist because of will. Despite everything you see, you choose to act, to hope, to create, to believe transformation is possible. Not because the evidence supports it, but because your will demands it. This isn't choosing one over the other. It's holding both, simultaneously. The contradiction becomes the source of energy, and this drives people around you insane. They call you pessimistic when you mention the contradiction to their optimism. They call you naive when you mention the hope within their despair. They call you indecisive when you refuse to collapse complexity into a single story. But you're not confused. You're not broken. You're holding the paradoxes. You're thinking dialectically. If you're an introverted, introspective person who perceives the different layers of reality through intuition, of what we call a deep intuitive, which can correspond to INFJ, INTJ, INFP, or INTP in modern typology, this isn't just how you think, it's the only way you can think and live. By the end of this video, you'll understand why. You'll understand the philosophy behind it, the psychology within it, and why minds like yours are becoming not just valuable, but necessary. You'll stop apologizing for seeing what others can't. Let's begin. So what does this actually look like? What are these contradictions you're holding that others collapse into single stories? Let me show you. These aren't abstract puzzles. These are lived contradictions you encounter every day. We're more connected than ever. Instant global communication, infinite information, communities that understand us. And we're more isolated than ever. Loneliness is epidemic. Connection has never been easier. Intimacy has never been harder. Knowledge has increased exponentially. We understand more about reality than at any point in history, and this knowledge has made us more anxious, not less. The more we know, the more we realize how much we don't know. You see progress, medical miracles, life-extending technology, possibilities our ancestors couldn't imagine. All human progress until now was just beginner's luck compared to what's hidden. And you see that same progress creates new forms of suffering, new diseases, new addictions, new forms of alienation. You see individual freedom expanding and systemic constraints tightening simultaneously. You see extraordinary beauty and cruelty and indifference on a scale that makes you question whether any of it matters. Here's what's crucial. You're not trying to decide which is more true. You're seeing that the contradiction itself is the truth, war and the potential for peace, destruction and creativity. These aren't opposites where one must be false. They're interdependent realities. If someone asks, is humanity good or bad? Is the world getting better or worse? Are we doomed or saved? You can't answer. Not because you don't know, because the question itself is wrong. The answer is both. Always both. And the tension between them is what generates everything that happens. Most people find this unbearable. They need a single story, a clear position, a side to be on. But you can't unsee what you see. And what you see is that reality moves through contradiction, not despite it. But why? What's actually happening in your mind when you see this way? To understand that, we need to go back nearly 200 years to a philosopher who changed everything. Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, a German philosopher in 1807, changed how we understand thought itself. He observed something profound. Every idea contains the seeds of its opposite. You can't understand freedom without constraint, light without darkness, self without other. Reality doesn't move in straight lines. It moves through contradiction. Hegel called this dialectical movement. Thesis, an idea, a position. Antithesis, the opposite emerges from within the thesis itself. Synthesis, a new understanding that contains both, transcends both, and becomes a new thesis. The movement continues. The dialectical mind doesn't just observe this pattern. It operates this way involuntarily, constantly, about everything. Linear thinking, thesis or antithesis. Choose one. Problem to solution, either or, efficient, clear, certain. Dialectical thinking holds thesis and antithesis simultaneously. Problem to complexity to synthesis. Paradox as truth. Simultaneous processing, both and. This is slower, messier, feels like indecision from the outside, but it's processing reality at a higher level of complexity. When someone asks you a question, a linear mind evaluates options, chooses one, states a position. Done. A dialectical mind sees multiple valid answers, sees how each contains its contradiction, waits for synthesis, and gets asked, why can't you just decide? You can't turn this off. You can suppress it, translate it, pretend to think simply. But your natural cognitive movement is dialectical. You don't choose to see both sides. You can't not see both sides. Contradictions arise automatically. You're processing reality as it actually is. Complex, paradoxical, contradictory, requiring synthesis. Hegel understood. Contradiction isn't a problem to be solved. It's the engine of growth. Progress happens through the clash and synthesis of opposites, not through the victory of one side. Hegel called his philosophy dialectical idealism. After him came Karl Marx, who inverted Hegel's dialectics and called it dialectical materialism. Where Hegel saw contradictions arising in ideas and consciousness, Marx saw them arising in material conditions, economics, social structures, physical reality. I'm not here to discuss their political ideas. What matters, both saw dialectical movement as the engine of social transformation. They disagreed on whether change begins with ideas or material conditions. But here's what neither fully explored. What happens when you direct dialectical movement inward, not toward changing society, but toward transforming the individual's psyche, both conscious and unconscious? How does a person become whole through holding dialectical contradictions? What does it feel like when you can't stop seeing opposites, holding tensions, waiting for synthesis within yourself? For that, we need to go deeper into the psyche itself, into Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist who spent his life studying the psyche. Though he called Hegel a misfired psychologist, Jung's entire psychological system is built on Hegelian dialectics, just moved from philosophy into the human psyche. Here's the simple idea. You are not just one thing. You have a light side, the qualities you accept, the traits you show the world, what you think of as good in yourself. And you have a shadow side, the parts you reject, the traits you hide, what you judge as bad in yourself. Most people try to eliminate the shadow. They want to be only light, only good. But Jung wrote, One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Wholeness comes from integration, not elimination. This is pure dialectics. Light thesis and shadow antithesis must unite to create a whole person, synthesis. Jung wrote, "Good and bad must first be united. You integrate by holding the paradox, I am good, and I contain the capacity for what I call bad. Only he who knows the darkest error knows what light is." This is why shadow work is natural for dialectical minds. What you hate out there is often what you've rejected in here. You see the contradiction. You recognize that becoming whole means holding both, not choosing light over dark, but integrating the tension between them. Jung called this individuation, becoming who you truly are by integrating all the contradictions within you, not by resolving them, by holding them. He wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." When you integrate what's hidden, you align with your true path. Hegel said, "Reality moves through contradiction." Jung said the psyche grows through holding opposites, and you're a mind that can't not see both sides. But why are some people naturally dialectical? This is where we talk about deep intuitives, INFJs, INTJs, INFPs, and INTPs. Because here's what makes you different. The shadow we just discussed, it lives in the unconscious. And for deep intuitives, the unconscious isn't just background noise, it's massive, active, constantly present. And if you're a deep intuitive, you have two traits that make this unconscious presence constant and unavoidable: introversion and intuition. Introversion means you turn inward. While others stay focused externally, you're constantly processing internally, examining your own consciousness. This means you notice the tension between what you consciously believe and what your unconscious holds, including your shadow. Intuition means you perceive beneath the surface, patterns, potentials, futures that haven't happened yet. You see what could be, not just what is. This creates a tension across time itself. You're living in the present while simultaneously seeing contradictions with possible futures. But intuition does something else. It gives you direct access to the unconscious. Dreams, synchronicities, archetypal patterns, symbols, and the collective unconscious. Most people's unconscious stays hidden. Yours is constantly active, constantly communicating. And here's where the deepest dialectical tension lives, between consciousness and the unconscious itself. Your conscious mind holds certain beliefs, positions, certainties. Your unconscious simultaneously holds their opposites, your shadow, your rejected qualities, truths you feel but can't articulate, contradictions you've perceived but haven't consciously acknowledged. Because you're introverted, you can't ignore this. You notice the tension. You feel when your conscious position conflicts with what your unconscious knows. Because you're intuitive, the unconscious constantly generates new contradictions. Every conscious thesis immediately generates an unconscious antithesis. Every certainty meets its doubt. Every position encounters its opposite. You're not choosing to think dialectically. You're structured to think dialectically, at the deepest level of your psyche, where consciousness meets the unconscious, where light meets shadow, where what you know meets what you sense. And it doesn't just stay in your thoughts. For deep intuitives, dialectics shapes how you live. For deep intuitives, dialectical consciousness isn't abstract, it's how you experience your own existence. And it translates into specific paradoxes that live through you, that shape your daily reality in ways others can't see. If you're an INFJ, you live the paradox of presence and absence. You're the most magnetic person in the room. You light up social gatherings, make everyone feel seen and understood. This isn't performance, it's genuine. And then you disappear for 3 days to recover. You feel what others feel so deeply, it's almost unbearable. But you need complete isolation to process it. You can read a room perfectly. Most of the time, you don't want to be in the room at all. The more present you are with others, the more absent you need to be afterward. This is the connection-introversion paradox. If you're an INTJ, you live the paradox of mastery and solitude. You see systems, organizations, ideas, societies, structures. You can walk into any situation and within minutes map the entire architecture. What's broken, what's missing, what needs to change. And you need complete isolation to do this work. Inside, you're holding multiple contradictory frameworks simultaneously, testing each against the others, waiting for synthesis. You can build systems that transform entire organizations, but you can't function within most systems yourself. They're too rigid, too linear, too compromised. You see what they should be, which makes what they are unbearable. You architect the external world from internal solitude. This is the isolation-sovereignty paradox. If you're an INFP, you live the paradox of love and withdrawal. You care about people more deeply than almost anyone. You can hold someone's pain like it's sacred. You believe in the potential goodness of humanity. And you can't handle group emotions at all. You're gentle, seeking harmony. But you have nuclear-level rage in your shadow. You're idealistic about what people could be and sometimes quietly cynical about humanity for what they actually are. You want to save the world and hide from it completely. Deep love for humanity requiring distance from humans. This is the empathy-solitude paradox. If you're an INTP, you live the paradox of understanding and uncertainty. You see patterns no one else sees. You can take apart complex systems and explain them with elegant precision. And you go completely silent mid-conversation. You love ideas, live for intellectual discourse. Most conversation exhausts you to shut down. You're logically rigorous, but operate on intuitive leaps you can't always explain. You seek truth above all else and question every truth you find. More understanding creates less certainty. The more you know, the less certain you become. This is the knowledge-uncertainty paradox. You're a social chameleon who can adapt to any context, and you need isolation to integrate your authentic self. You need people, and people deplete you. You see patterns everywhere and feel perpetually lost. You think in systems and live in chaos. You value truth and can't simplify truth into binary certainty. These aren't personality quirks. These are dialectical contradictions you embody. They're meant to be held in tension, generating the psychic energy that makes you who you are. Jung understood this. He wrote, "The paradox is one of our most valuable spiritual possessions. And the greater the tension, the greater is the potential." Most people call this overthinking, indecision, being too much in your head. But now you understand. This is dialectical consciousness. And for deep intuitives, it's not optional. And this creates a profound problem. Because you're not living in a dialectical world, you're living in a linear one. But let's be honest. Being dialectical in a linear world is torture. You can't join tribes. Every position contains truths and blind spots. You see both simultaneously, which means you can't belong fully to any group that requires you to accept thesis without antithesis. People think you're uncommitted, wishy-washy, unable to take a stand. They don't understand that you see the stand and its contradiction as inseparable. You see people as they are and as they could be. You love someone and see their shadow. Linear minds call this inconsistency. You experience it as holding the full truth. Every conversation requires translation. You see 10 implications, share one. You feel the complexity, speak in simplicity. By day's end, you're not exhausted from thinking. You're exhausted from not thinking the way you naturally think. When someone says, "just decide," they don't understand. You can't collapse complexity you perceive as real. Be yourself. Which self? Follow your passion. What if they conflict? Take a position, but every position contains its own negation. Each demand for simplicity asks you to unsee what you see. That feels like violence against your consciousness. The world tells you overthink, you're indecisive, you can't commit. And because most people think linearly, You start to believe them. Maybe you are broken. Maybe complexity is your dysfunction, not reality's truth. But here's what they're missing. Dialectical consciousness isn't a curse. It's exactly what the world needs now. Dialectical consciousness is a necessary adaptation to complexity. You see unintended consequences, second-order and third-order effects that linear thinkers miss. You understand complex systems, see interdependence, feedback loops, tipping points. You recognize that reality itself is paradoxical. Technology can liberate and enslave. Connection can heal and isolate. Knowledge can empower and paralyze. Progress can reduce suffering and create new forms of it. These aren't problems with simple solutions. They're dialectical tensions requiring synthesis. The world is becoming more dialectical. We're facing challenges that can't be solved through binary choices. How do we balance individual autonomy with collective responsibility? How do we use technology without being used by it? How do we preserve what's valuable while transforming what's broken? Linear solutions are failing because reality is dialectical. Binary thinking is breaking down because the problems we face contain irreducible contradictions. And dialectical minds like yours, are becoming not just valuable, but necessary. You're not seeing too much. Everyone else is seeing too little. You're not overthinking. You're thinking at the level complexity requires. You're not indecisive. You're refusing to collapse paradox prematurely, which is wisdom, not weakness. You're not broken, you're dialectical. And dialectical consciousness is how reality actually works. So the question isn't, how do I fix this? The question is, how do I live with this? How do I honor this way of being in a world that demands simplicity? Here's my answer. First, stop translating everything. Not every conversation requires you to simplify. Some people can hold complexity. Find them. Hold the contradiction when synthesis hasn't emerged. You don't need to have an answer yet. I'm holding both is a complete sentence. Protect your processing. You need time and space to let dialectical movement happen. Don't apologize for it. Find other dialectical minds. They exist. And when you find them, the relief is profound. You can finally think out loud without simplifying. Trust the transcendent function. When you're holding opposites and no synthesis has emerged, that's not failure, that's the process. The symbol will come. The third way will emerge, but it can't be forced. Remember Jung's words, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Don't run from what you've hidden in yourself. You're not escaping your shadow. You're not pretending to be only light. You're making the darkness conscious. And that act, that willingness to see and hold what you've rejected, is how transformation happens. And remember Gramsci's words, the ones we began with, I'm a pessimist because of intelligence, but an optimist because of will. See the world as it is. Hold the contradictions your intelligence perceives. Don't collapse into false hope or cynical despair, and then act anyway, with will, with courage, with the understanding that transformation happens not through certainty, but through holding the tension of opposites until something new emerges. You're not broken. You're not indecisive. You're not overthinking. You're dialectical. Your mind operates through paradox, through contradiction, through the tension of opposites. This is cognitive architecture, not dysfunction. And the world, whether it knows it yet or not, desperately needs minds that can hold complexity, see interdependence, and wait for synthesis instead of collapsing into false certainty. Stop apologizing. Start trusting. You're not too much. You're precisely what reality requires. If this resonated, drop a spiral emoji in the comments, the symbol of dialectical movement. And if you found value in this video, subscribe to the channel. There's more coming for deep intuitives like you. And if you want to go deeper into the psychology of deep intuitives, I've written a full essay on this on my Substack. The link is in the description. You're not alone. You're just dialectical in a linear world.